أنا العبد الفقير وأنا أعيش
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, I just wanted to show you what it looks like outside. I think that's like a nice way to start the video. But yeah, so today I'm going to be doing a video about things that we can do in Ramadan to be better Muslims, things that, you know, are particularly good to do during Ramadan, but things that we can carry over into the rest of the year. So that's kind of the topic of the video, so let's get started. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Najia. I post new videos every Tuesday, and the general topic often surrounds self-improvement, mental health, and Islamic values, while kind of incorporating lifestyle into the channel as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump right into the topic, and I hope you guys find this video useful. I'm going to be talking about 5 main things that increase your iman or make you a better Muslim during Ramadan, things that I hope you can carry over throughout the year. Or some of these things apply to the rest of the year, but then also some of these things wouldn't really apply to the rest of the year. So, number 1, waking up for Suhoor, which means like the time before the dawn prayer comes in. So you wake up during that time, like maybe, you know, half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour before the dawn prayer comes in, and you eat something or drink something. Just even if it's something really small, even if it's just one date, you know, 1 gulp of water. So waking up for Suhoor for that time and eating or drinking just a small amount is sunnah. It's also very rewardable if you wake up during that time to make dua, to recite Quran, to learn a chapter of religious knowledge. All of those things are very rewardable during that time. And the person who does this continually, it would be hoped that a great good would happen for them, meaning, you know, blessings will come to them, hopefully. So basically, point is, wake up during that time, take advantage of the time that you're awake to do an act of worship, to do something that is good in the religion, and you'll be gaining a lot of reward for doing that. The second thing that you can do during Ramadan to kind of be a better Muslim is giving somebody else something for them to break their fast with. So the person who gives someone else something to break their fast with, they have immense reward in doing that. And the order of the best things to break your fast with, the things that are most rewardable for you to break your fast with, going in like order of most rewardable to least. The first is breaking your fast with a fresh date. Me being from the United States, I didn't even know that fresh dates existed until I moved to Lebanon, but I've actually had them here. They're good. It's like a date that hasn't been dried. So it's like, you know, there's like more water in it or whatever. And then the second best thing is to break your fast with a dried date. And then the third best thing is to break your fast with water. And if you don't do any of those things, then just breaking your fast with some other kind of food. Now, the third thing that you can do during Ramadan, so the month of Ramadan is all about giving, and specifically giving yourself the opportunity to purify your soul. And some of the scholars said that it is this month in which the person purifies one's soul. They leave out their bad habits, or they learn to leave out their bad habits. They leave out their foul mouth, meaning like not saying bad things like that. They leave out ghiba, which is gossip, not talking about other people in a way that they wouldn't want to be talked about. So during Ramadan, one purifies themselves of this. One's jealousy in their heart for others, so they leave out being jealous of the, you know, endowments that other people have that they don't have. One leaves out their haram eating habits as well, so if they're eating non-halal meat, for example, or drinking alcohol, they leave that out. So all of these things, Ramadan is an opportunity for us to rid ourselves of that and purify our soul, and then carry that over into the next year. So we're already not eating and drinking, we're already like exercising a lot of self-control. So we should be carrying that self-control over into other aspects of our life where we may have fallen astray, or where we may do things that we shouldn't be doing. This is an opportunity for us to exercise our self-control and rid ourselves of that. My cat wants to come in, 1 second. Hi, Momo. Okay. Now, the fourth thing that we can do during Ramadan, also this can be carried over to the rest of the year. At Tirmidhi, a great scholar narrated that the Prophet said what means The best donation is the donation during the month of Ramadan. That means giving donations to the Muslims, giving donations to the poor Muslims who are in need. And you know, I've talked about this in previous videos, how we should take the time to donate to people who are in need more so than we. You know, Ramadan is a time for you to do that in particular. It's extremely rewardable to make those donations during this month, but of course during the rest of the year as well. And I actually wanted to read a story of a person who used to donate, and we can kind of take his example in the way that he donated, in the way that he would give to others, because the method in which he went about donating is something that we can really learn from. So I'm just gonna read the story off of my laptop right here. There was a man named Zayn Al Abideen, and he was a very pious man. Zayn Al Abideen understood the meaning of giving to the needy. So during the night, he used to disguise himself so that no one could recognize him. He would go out into the night carrying a very heavy bag. In it, there would be food and money. He used to leave some food at the doorstep of particular families, and then with that food, he would put some money. Then he'd knock on the door, and when someone was about to open the door, he would hide, so they wouldn't know who it was serving them. And he wasn't a person who was enormously rich, so he didn't have tons and tons to give, but yet he still did this. And he used to do this every single night for many households. Not one or not 30, but 100 households. So I read this story because it gives us an example of what we should strive to be like, or how we should strive to be. Even if we're people who, you know, are struggling to get by or just have a little extra to give, just a little bit is extremely rewardable, especially if you have a hard time giving that, especially if that's hard for you to give. Being generous in that way is extremely rewardable. And also hiding our generosity is rewardable as well, so that we are not, you know, looking after the praise of the people, or looking after people to be like, wow, this person is such a good Muslim, they give to the poor. You should be hiding those things so that you can make sure that your heart is sincere in what you do, and that you're doing it for the sake of Allah, for the sake of doing something that is rewardable, rather than for the sake of impressing people. We should try to hide, if we can, our donations. So my fifth thing that I want to talk about, as I mentioned, it's extremely important to give to poor Muslims, and it's extremely rewardable to do so. But what's even more important is to be the reason for somebody to enter Jannah, or to enter paradise. So what is more important than giving to a poor Muslim or feeding a poor Muslim is to teach them the basic belief of Islam. So to teach people the correct belief in Allah and His Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's even more important than giving to a poor Muslim. And so lastly in this video, I will outline what the core belief of Islam is, the thing that makes us Muslims. Having this belief is what makes us Muslims. So this is something that we should go forth and teach others about. So it's something that we can not only do in the month of Ramadan, of course, but we can do all throughout the year. And it's even more important than giving those donations. So the first testification of faith, the first thing that we need to believe in order to be Muslims, is that no one is God except Allah. God has no partners. He has no partners in Godhood. He exists without a place. In other words, He is not everywhere. This is something that I see a lot of people say, especially on Instagram. Allah does not exist everywhere. The signs of His power exist everywhere, but He Himself is not everywhere. He exists without a place. Allah does not resemble any of His creations, but He hears what we do and He sees what we do without having an organ, without having eyes and without having ears. He is all-knowing and He wills for everything to occur. So this is an extremely short summary of what we need to believe about Allah in order to be Muslims, and this is something that we should go forth and teach others about. Now the second testification of faith is believing that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the messenger of Allah. So we must believe that Muhammad is the last of many messengers, and we believe that he is truthful in everything that he conveyed. He did not tell lies. Prophets and messengers in general do not lie. They are honest in everything that they say. So when the prophet came with certain things, told us about certain things, we believe what he came with. We believe what he conveyed to us. That is the second testification of faith, the second thing that makes us Muslims. And these again, a very, very basic summary of what we need to believe, but giving somebody that information, telling them this is what the Muslims believe, this is how you can enter paradise by believing these things, that is more rewardable than giving to the poor Muslims. And it's something that we can do during the month of Ramadan and that we can carry over to other parts of the year. So yeah, that's basically the whole video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy these kinds of videos. Leave a comment down below and I would be happy to do more videos like this. I mean, I think I do a lot of videos where I'm like listing 5 things that we should be doing in the morning to be better Muslims, 5 things that we should be doing whenever to like be better Muslims. I think that's like a general theme in my channel, but if you want more very specific religiously focused videos, let me know in the comments below. Let me know as well if there is something that you do during the month of Ramadan, or that you've heard of to do during the month of Ramadan that I didn't mention that can make you a better Muslim, so that we can all benefit from that and hopefully do those things as well. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I will hopefully see you guys in next week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Assalamu alaikum. Bye.
وفي طلب الرضا منكم له الغايات تنتفق